So I've talked a lot about how it's likely that the warrior code will change and why that's a good thing. But obviously not all the warrior code rules are bad. So I thought it'd be fun to rank the rules from best to worst. Keep in mind that for the sake of this video, I'll only be looking at the original 15 rules as they were presented in the Code of the Clans field guide. So no Rule 16, no medicine code, no rules that exist that technically aren't part of the code. Let's just keep things simple. Number 15, Code 14. An honorable warrior does not need to kill other cats to win their battles, unless they are outside the warrior code or it is necessary for self-defense. Basically, don't murder, and you can't argue with that. I'd say it's a big step separating clan cats from total savages. The little origin story for this rule in Code of the Clans had Shadow Clan and Wind Clan essentially playing in Battle Royale mode before their medicine cats spoke up. So yeah, this rule is the best of the 15. The only thing that could be improved is that line about the warrior code. I think cats outside the warrior code should still be protected so long as they aren't a threat. But that's all. Not killing is good. Number 14, Code 12. No warrior may neglect a kit in danger, even if the kit is from another clan. Again, there's nothing to argue here. Don't let kits die. It's basic decency. It might be even better if the rule could extend to all cats, but as it stands, this rule is absolutely a positive thing. Number 13, Code 5. A kit must be at least 6 moons old to become an apprentice. It's bad enough that children in the warrior cats universe are set into battle. With this rule, we at least have protection for cats who aren't fully grown yet. There's no honor in sending out toddlers to the front lines. Number 12, Code 3. Elders and kits must be fed before apprentices and warriors. The reasoning they gave for this in Code of the Clans was a little weird, saying it's to honor past victory and future victory in battle, when honestly, I think it's good enough just saying that the most vulnerable members of the clan should eat first. But yeah, it's a good rule, just in the morality of it alone. Number 11, Code 4. Prey is killed only to be eaten. Give thanks to Star Clan for its life. Now we're starting to move away from the obviously good rules into stuff that's just, well, regular good. I hate wasting food, so I can stand for this. As predators, cats should have some level of respect for the small lives they use to feed themselves. And because there are prey shortages from time to time, it is never smart to kill more than they eat. Number 10, Code 8. The deputy will become clan leader when the leader dies or retires. I feel like this rule is good just because it's nice to have someone with leadership experience taking over the leader position. The story in Code of the Clans about life before this rule was just a disaster fest, with Moth Pelt nearly drowning and then ordering all his cats to join him in the flooding river. This rule is much needed. Number 9, Code 10. A gathering of all 4 clans is held at the full moon during a truce that lasts for the night. There shall be no fighting among clans at this time. I feel like if this rule didn't exist, it wouldn't exactly be the end of the clans. Gatherings are a very mixed bag and often just cause arguments, but these truces can also create friendship among clans, which I'm sure has reduced the amount of battles by some level. Overall, I see it as a positive. Number 8, Code 7. A cat cannot be made deputy without having mentored at least one apprentice. This one is nice, I guess, but I feel like 90% of the time the leader would choose a deputy who had mentored an apprentice anyway, so the existence of this rule doesn't make a huge difference at the end of the day. Number 7, Code 9. After the death or retirement of the deputy, the new deputy must be chosen before moon high. Again, this rule is nice, but the new leader dying overnight is something that only happens once in a very long time. And when this happens, I don't see why they can't just have the medicine cat decide, like they did with Red Scar choosing Flower Star. Number 6, Code 6. Wow, the number matches the code. Isn't that so funny? Ha 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 ha. Newly appointed warriors will keep a silent vigil for 1 night after receiving their warrior name. This rule is good in theory. Code of the Clans explains that it gives new warriors a chance to reflect on the responsibility that they now hold. But I'm leaving this all the way down at 6th worst, just because if we're thinking logically, one night of staying awake isn't going to alter a cat's perception of reality. It's just going to make them tired. The cats in the story only felt that way because they ended up preventing a fox attack. While I suppose the vigil is a nice way of honoring ancestors, I don't think it makes a difference in the survival of the clans. Number 5. Code 15. A warrior rejects the soft life of a kitty pet. This one I'm mixed on. Humans will treat cats unequally. They'll break family bonds, lock cats in a house, lock unwanted cats in cages, euthanize unwanted cats. It goes very against clan culture. I see that side to it. But I don't think the superiority complex is necessary. As Leafpool says, there is good and bad in every cat, and clan cats are far from having pure hearts. What this rule did was cause such unnecessary discrimination in the case of Firestar, and that's obviously a bad thing. Number 4. Code 1. Defend your clan even with your life. You may have friendships with cats from other clans, but your loyalty must remain to the clan. Ah yes, the most famously broken code. Forbidden romance. This is going to be a repeating topic for my top 4 worst rules. Trying to promote individualism among clans is dumb. Especially in A Vision of Shadows, it's been said time and time again that if one clan falls, the rest are doomed. So why have loyalty to only your clan when all the clans need to survive? And if all the clans need each other, why waste time forcing divisions and encouraging battle? And they should have romance across clans. It makes cats more genetically diverse, and it will create more goodwill between clans, which, at the end of the day, means less battles and less death. Leafpool literally calls this one a terrible piece of the code. How about we listen to her? Number 3. Code 2. Do not hunt or trespass on another clan's territory. In the little short story explaining this rule, ShadowClan is starving and hunting on ThunderClan territory, and ThunderClan says, "Hey, you just need to try harder in your own territory, and everything will be all good." This is so dumb. ShadowClan already tried their own territory. That's why they're trespassing in the first place. How about we show some basic kindness rather than force a rule that causes the vulnerable to suffer? One of the things used in Code of the Clans to explain this rule was that each clan is only capable of making good use of one type of prey, like ThunderClan hunts squirrels, RiverClan fish, WindClan rabbits, so on. But the truth is, that's stupid. All the clans have mice, all the clans have birds, prey crosses boundaries all the time. The only prey this argument works for is RiverClan fish, and even then, it's just a matter of training. Number 2. Code 13. The word of the clan leader is the warrior code. Code of the Clans doesn't even try to defend this rule. Leafpool says it came from a terrible lapse in judgment from the leaders. Basically, Darkstar makes a questionable decision and gets challenged, so he just changes the code so he can't be challenged. I hardly have to explain why this is a bad rule. Obviously, some leaders can be bad. Thankfully, this piece of code is very often flat out ignored in the books. If a leader does something weird, the clanmates almost always argue, and that's the way it should be. Number 1. Code 11. Boundaries must be checked and marked daily. Challenge all trespassing cats. And this rule, in my opinion, is the most destructive part of the warrior code. 1. It creates all kinds of work with border patrols. Effort that could be spent hunting, for survival. 2. It directly encourages battle. Cats will only cross borders for prey in the most vulnerable and desperate times. So this rule encourages the stronger clans to beat up on the weak clans who are desperate for food. This is the exact opposite of trying to ensure that no clan falls. It actively allows the clans to cannibalize each other. Alright, that concludes the list. Here's to hoping the clans pick up some common sense and change the code a little in the future.